Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. So in this video I'm covering the podcast TarkovTV live. I'm not sure what number it's up to, the one that just happened. And I'm going to cover what's currently just happened or what's been happening in Battlestate Games, the next patch 0.12.4, and as well as the future patches. So guys, without further ado, let's crack straight into it. So first up, they spoke about the current situation. They've added over 100 new servers and that are back-end servers and actual game servers to help stabilize the game. The game is currently still growing consistently, and they're constantly needing to provide more servers. They thought they had it under control with enough servers and all that. They didn't have any crashes for a week, and then all of a sudden, it just went into meltdown, and they had issues again every hour. So they're constantly working on that. They touched on the cheating situation. The hitter believes that Escape from Tarkov has the best situation when it regards to cheaters. I think compared to the past, yeah, it's a lot better than it used to be. I don't really know what's going on at the moment, if there is a lot of new hacks coming out. There's a lot of people at the moment talking about these cheats that are being displayed on YouTube consistently, like 24/7. You just need to understand that that is actually a video just being played of an older version, and they're just constantly getting those YouTube channels banned. So that is not an actual live active cheat. That's just them advertising their cheats. So you go buy them, they get your account banned, and they make some money off you. So just take note of that. But Battlelight is definitely doing its job. It might not be as quickly as you would like, but people do get banned quite consistently. As well as that, the drops were enabled. There was meant to be up to 4 drops you would get during it. There was people that were getting weapons cases, graphics cards, the GP NVG18s, Sturman keys. There was a lot of drops going on. So some people got none, other people got up to 4, and that's all well and good there. Moving on to patch 0.12.4, it's almost ready. The first thing they covered was the overweight system. Now, there's massive changes to do with the overweight system. It's a totally different ball game, really. There is now 2 lots of stamina bars. You will have for lack of better words, an upper body stamina and a lower body stamina. So when you aim down sights, you'll drain stamina, and throw grenades and melee weapons will all drain from your upper body stamina bar, and there'll be a lowest body stamina bar for sprinting and stuff like that, like getting up, standing up, going prone and all that.
We separated hand stamina and base stamina. So when you're trying to knife someone,
it will drain just the bar with hand stamina.
And aiming, it drains only the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good. I'm so happy.
So after it's getting low, it's going to drain your base stamina. You have your first debuff, it's shaking hands.
The basis of the whole overweight system is pretty much from 0 to 25 kilograms. You won't notice any difference from what we currently use. So at the moment, it'll be the exact same as it is at the moment. You won't have any diminishing returns or issues like that. Once you get to 25 kilograms, all the way up to 60 kilograms, you'll go into an overweight mode, which is called it's just called overweight or something like that. And you're a bit slower. So the way it works is the transition to sprint speed will actually be slower. So if you're going creeping and then you all of a sudden try and sprint, it'll actually be a timed acceleration to get to the full speed. So it's actually pretty cool in that respect. I actually like that change. I'm going to try and keep as much of my own opinions out of this until the end at least. But you will have other debuffs that will take place. They're all listed, so it's make more noise, so every action you do is going to be slightly louder. You'll have reduced jump height. The stamina drain will be increased, so for all the actions you do, like aiming down sight, throwing grenades, meleeing, running, fall damage will be increased. And so if you fall from heights, obviously you're going to cop more damage. I don't know if that still means that you can still jump off a 3rd-story building or not, but we'll have to test that one out. And your movement speed will be decreased. So they said that the sprint speed would be decreased, so you wouldn't be able to run as far. Decreased, so you wouldn't be able to run as fast. But I'm unsure exactly to what extent this is actually happening.
As you can see right now, we have you make more noise, reduced jump height, stamina drain increased, fall damage increased, movement speed decreased.
After that, there is the 60 kilograms plus, which is hugely overweight. You will go into like a wobble walk. It's almost like it kind of looks like a drunken stumble walk. It looks kind of silly, but I get what's happening. And you can only restore your stamina whilst crouched or prone.
Sprint is impossible because of the overweight.
Let's try it out.
Да, давай. Let's demonstrate it.
Well, that's
Yeah, as you can see the animations looking like you over encumbered. Lay down, please. Then stamina will increase.
Which I don't really understand why. I think if you were just standing still or walking, you shouldn't really be losing your stamina. You just shouldn't be able to run quickly. You will not be able to sprint at all, and your stance height is reduced, so you won't be standing as tall, which is, yeah, fair enough. You'll be crouched over a little bit carrying the weight. Fatigue is actually another thing that's been added as well. With the fatigue, it increases at the rate in which you lose energy. So with the energy drain, it actually starts when you keep your stamina low. So if you're constantly sprinting and putting your stamina bar down really low, you'll actually start building up fatigue, and that will be what will cause the fatigue to kick in and increasing more energy consumption. Due to this as well, all these changes, bunny hopping, or I like calling it long jumping because bunny hopping is slightly different, but the bunny hopping / long jumping is going to be less effective, and you won't be able to do it as much. I do believe you should be able to jump slightly further if you jump off the power leg, but I get the point. Not many people are happy that you can just constantly bounce around, and that's going to be at least less common from what Nikita said. Moving on to weapon mods. So currently there are no weapons being added to patch 0.12.4. All the weapons are being pushed back to be able to make it in a timely fashion, but there are a heap of new weapon mods. They did show a lot of different ones being from SVD mods and all that stuff, and then they went into a lot of rigs, being the Splav Tarzan rig, it's a 14 slot rig, the AACPC rig, which is a 23 slot armor class 5 with 60 armor points. Pretty nice looking rig. It's got a 2x2 and a 1x3. It's got two 1x3s. It's a pretty nice rig, and I think people will use this a lot if it's got the stomach coverage. I'm not really sure if I could see that had that or not. The slick plate carrier is just an armored plate that you can wear with a rig that you want to use on top, and it's an armor class 6 with 80 durability, which is actually going to be a really nice plate carrier to wear. Unsure if that one's stomach as well. It looks honestly just like the thorax, but it could be both. The slim filled med pack, it was about 25 slot backpack. It looks pretty standard for a backpack. The bank robber chest rig, it's got 4 2 slot pouches. It's a nice little cheap rig that you can wear. There's a new helmet called the MSA Galette TC800 High Cut. Just a moddable helmet like the Fast MT. It looks like a armor class 4. Plenty of SVD mods. There's probably going to be plenty of other mods. The grenade box is going to be included. It's got 64 slots in it, so plenty of room for grenades. There is 2 new grenades being added. We spoke about that during the last TarkovTV, being the VOG-25 and the VOG-17. The difference between the two of these, it looked like the blast radius was very similar, but the grenade has a 2-second countdown or 2-second fuse. The 25 has a 2-second fuse, and the 17 has a 2.5-second fuse. So they're actually going to be a really good grenade for particularly close quarters. So if you're clearing buildings and that, you can throw it in a room, and it'll be very quickly and being able to take out someone within the room. Really, really like that idea of a faster grenade because at the moment you throw, say, an F1 or an RGD, and it goes for quite a long time, and most people can get away from it. The clothing, they've added new upper and lower clothing for both the bear and USEC. We only got to see the bear clothing, which was the bear Telnik, which was like a striped t-shirt, and then the bear tiger or tiger, which is a pants. There is the new scav jacket also being added, which is the Russia, it's like a bright white and red, it might have blue on it too, jacket, which you will only see on scavs. Moving over to Interchange, they showed a fair bit of Interchange, but not really a lot, if that makes sense. So they ran around Interchange and were just kind of stumbling around, not really showing us too much. The power station now has a lever in there to turn on the power for the whole map. So you go over there, you can turn on the power, and I think this turns on alarms in some of the stores. So as you cruise around Interchange, in some of the stores, you'll just hear a constant ringing noise of like an alarm going off. Their lighting, they've redone a lot of the lighting. A lot of the lights are destructible inside and out of Interchange. So as you oversee from, there's like in the outside like of the power station, there's big like beam lights coming down. You can shoot them out as well as plenty of the lights inside. There are 3 new extracts being added. They going to be all, by the sounds of it, similar to how the reserve extracts work. So my guess, which is my opinion I'm putting in here, is there's going to be 1 extract that you'll have to be a friendly with a scav to get out of, and then 2 that are going to require you to pull a lever or, you know, be there at a certain time or something. So there's 3 new extracts. As well as that, the Kibber store will have an alarm. They didn't want to show us a lot of these features. They want us to have them as a surprise. So that is currently where that is at with Interchange. The patch notes for this patch is meant to be out tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. It'll be either tomorrow or the day after, most likely. But it'll be very similar to what I'm saying here. If there is lots of more changes, I'll make another shorter video, like an addition to this video. But hopefully I've covered the majority of the patch notes that are going to be in the tomorrow's patch notes. There's going to be an optimization patch that will come after 0.12.4. And that will obviously be all based on fixes and changes. That won't have any new content. It's purely going to be all about just making the game run smoother. So currently they've delayed a few things from the patch 12.4 just to go over those things. The therapist instant heal post raid has been delayed. So when you go into, so after you finish a raid, you won't be able to just press a button to pay therapist to heal. The new weapons, so the Colt 1911 and the Vector have both been delayed until the next content patch. So that's something we have to wait for as well. In the future, they spoke about how they're going to do a customs expansion with new extracts, similar to like what's going on with Interchange, adding new extracts, fixing on some of the lighting issues in customs, as well as mechanics, obviously, for those extracts. Steam Audio, we got introduced to a new character within the dev team, and he seems to be responsible for the majority of things going on. He started on the other guy that he works with has started on the Steam Audio side of things. They've been trialing out, and hopefully they said they did say during the next TarkovTV podcast, but we'll just say hopefully the Steam Audio will be available for us to have a demonstration of and see. So they were touching on how with Steam Audio, you can actually tell by the audio if you're in a big room or a corridor or a small room, like I don't know the word for it, but how the sound travels throughout the room. So could be interesting. Hopefully that won't be too far away, but it'll probably be a few months. Next thing they touched on was the cultists. They are going to add the cultists at a random time without any patch notes. So obviously there'll be a content patch at some point, and you'll just go into the next raid, and you'll just, I don't know, if it's during the nighttime, because Nikita's already said in the past that nighttime raids will have the cultists, and you won't find them as much during the day. So pretty cool. I'm excited for that. Hopefully that will actually happen in not too long. But like I said, it's probably going to be a while. Most things happen with Battlestate games happen after a fair period of time. They want to do a new content patch every month, but like I said, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. So to summarize this, in the next patch, we're going to have a fair bit of cool new stuff, being the Interchange overhaul, as well as this new Overweight system. I'll put a couple of my points of the Overweight system here, just if you're interested. I think it's kind of going to really favor, at the moment with the current numbers that we're using, it's really going to favor going in with pretty much just a backpack, base armor, and a gun, and not really taking too much stuff, and then building up over the raid. There could be like plans, or people might actually go in with a really big backpack and hide it somewhere, and then start looting the raid and filling up the backpack, and then grabbing the backpack later, depending on the map, like something like reserve. That would be feasible. But it's an interesting concept of how it's going to go, because, for example, a tank battery weighs 60 kilograms, which would immediately put you into the hugely overweight. The numbers will probably change. The passive skills are getting an overhaul also. So maybe with the strength changes, if you have higher level strength, you can take more. So maybe it might be 70 kilograms or 80 kilograms. We have to wait and see. But hopefully it's not too punishing to just take in a normal loadout. I actually really like the idea that you can't walk out of a raid with 100 kilograms and 5 backpacks inside rigs. But it shouldn't be just punishing you just for playing the game normally. And being able to take out some sort of loot. Like, I think they just have to find that good balance point, and it could be a really, really cool addition. So we'll just have to wait and see with that one. The interchange changes sound great, and I'm really looking forward to that. And all new content is always fun to play around with. But most people can agree that once we get the game more stable and with, without service crashing, this game is going to be almighty. So guys, I'm going to finish this one up here. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too much and got all the main points for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for future content. I do stream on Twitch every day of the week, so go down the link below, give me a follow over there. I am recording this live on stream at the moment. So if you've got any Tarkov questions, feel free to hit me on my live stream or down in the comments below. And lastly, I'll see you next time.
But it's just my eyebrows. I can be like this, or be like this. It's pretty extreme emotions.
Take on me, take me on, take on me.